Right, so this is a little step forward from the last video that I did. I'm just now going to quickly do the return flanges. So these are done because if you can't do this all in one hit, because these are returning more than a 90-degree angle, so it would mechanically lock onto it. So this return here, and there's also one at the back, this has to be done separately. So this here is where the flange was put on the outside of the fairing. So I've removed the sort of all the build up and the card and whatnot, and this is what we're left with. So we're left with this surface. So this is the flange. So then we're going to mat over this. Again, that was just over a 90-degree angle. It's mainly this. Can you see that curve there? It was mainly that I was worried about. So I thought, just to be safe, we'll just put an extra part line at the back. So again, there's our flange that we've made from the outer sort of fiberglass in, and then we'll just lay up onto that and then onto this, and then that'll be it. And we've got our locating holes there, look. So every time we take this piece off, you know, when we take that part off, it will always locate back into these holes. Right, so this has been waxed and the release agent has been put on it. So this is the tooling gel coat, and we literally just slap it on. It is literally that easy. Although this is slightly different to normal gel coat. It almost, when you brush it on, it almost seems like it's got like a grain in it. I mean, it hasn't, but yeah, it's hard to explain. Normal gel coat brushes on really easily, but this kind of drags, and you can sort of see through it. It's hard to explain. I'm rambling on, and it's not gonna be of any use to any of you lot. But let's get it right in that joint. But that'll do for that. And let's just grab you and take you around to the other bit. Right, there we go. And then we've just got this little bit there. So again, we'll just lay some of this in there, and that will be done. And that's it. We're done. Right, let's mix a bit of resin. So this is tooling resin, and it's got sort of fillers in it. I don't really know what. I suppose if I sat and read it all, I would yeah, find all the technical terms and additives, but all I know is it's a tooling resin and it's got nil shrinkage, so it doesn't shrink or distort. So like I say, I'll do this little bit and kind of rab it through it, because you know, like generally I wear a mask, you see, but as it's only little, we'll be okay. Right, let's move you. Okay then, so off we go. So usually you would, well, not usually, this system kind of comes with what they call a coupling coat, which goes on in between the gel coat and this tooling resin. Now, again, don't quote me, but I think the coupling coat is mainly so that you can see that you've consolidated all the mat properly, i.e. air bubbles and whatnot. Because this is obviously coloured, you can't see it, but the coupling coat is clear. So that is my guess, but I could be completely wrong. So like I say, don't quote me on it. Right, I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of, I think these are little, just 6mm chopped strands, just so it sits in that little recess a little bit. You don't have to do that at all, to be honest, but I usually just run a bit in any sort of tight-ish parts of the mould. And this will help to avoid, you know, air voids. All right, okay, so that can go there. And that will go on there. So this is 100 gram fiberglass tissue. It's not tissue, it's matte, but yeah, it's 100 gram. So it conforms really nicely to the contours and whatnot. And literally all you do is just dab it in. I would generally avoid brushing it unless you've kind of got a bit more experience in it. You have to be quick, because if you brush it, it breaks the binder down and then it all sort of clumps and you get in a bit of a mess. But as I've done this a few times now, it tends to be okay. It's not bustingly important. Right, so then we'll just whack this one on. In there. Put the pot down, so I've got two hands. And then we just stickle it in, look. So the resin breaks down the binder that holds the mat together. A bit later when I've kind of done it. So you can see now that I think, I'm pretty sure that's consolidated okay in there. I could actually just run the roller in there. But yeah, I think that's pretty okay. But like I say, if this was clear, you would be able to see the voids a lot easier. But yeah, that looks okay. So we'll just give it a roll in. Just get rid of them air bubbles. When you roll it, it kind of pulls the resin through the mat. So it pulls it through from the back. Well, there we go. So this is the next day again. Again, it's the same little bit for you. But yeah, it's the next day from when I've done the return flanges. So I've just drilled down that edge. So obviously we can bolt that together. These are drilled before you release the flanges off because they're locked in those little locating blocks that I showed you. So yeah, so there's the again, a couple of holes there which will go through there. See? Yeah, so we leave it all together in one piece and drill the holes first, and then you know that they will line up, you know, pretty nicely. And there's the underside that I did yesterday. So now it just leaves me to basically fight with it for the next hour or so, trying to get it out of the mould, or it might be a couple of hours. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll just try, I'll record this bit and hope that it does release. Okay, I think, fingers crossed it should. But anyway, yeah, let's just have a go at getting this piece off in kind of real time. Oh. Oh wow, look at that. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Look at that. Spot on. Yeah, so that's our return edge. Yeah, that piece, that bit there. Awesome. Right. I'm actually going to try and get this out in real time. So now I've took all the sort of flanges off around the edge. It doesn't look quite as daunting, so I can actually see the separation sort of line all around the fairing. So yeah, I'm going to have a little go. Annoyingly, I've only got one chock, so I'm going to have to make do and just see if I can cobble a few things in there to help get it out. But if I remember rightly, it needs to come out kind of this way. So yeah, let's give it a go. I can always fast forward you. Right, I'm going to go quiet. So let's see what we can do. Oh, okay, okay. Ooh, okay. Ooh, 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 that's a nice sound. That's a nice sound. That one wasn't. Oh, right, okay. So we do have some movement. Let's see if we can. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay, people. Wow. Oh. Yes. Yeah, right. You lot are going to see what damage is on this before I do. How are we looking? Let's have a look. Oh. Oh, not too bad. We've got one little crack up here. Ooh, other than that, awesome. Awesome. Wow. Awesome. There we go. That's it. That is it. We have a perfect mould. Look at that. That is spot on. Yep, that is mega. Wow, I'm glad I did push the record button now. Wow, that is spot on. Spot on. Right, I'll get it cleaned up and then I'll just show you. You know, we'll go around and, yeah, and have a look. Awesome, awesome. Okay, I'm back. I'm back sooner than expected. Let me just show you this. So this is the release agent. This is the PVA that I put on. So look, so this will just peel off, as in just like a sheet. Look at that. Oh, I don't know what's more satisfying. This or getting it out of the mould. Look at that. That is pucker. There we go. And that's it. That's the PVA release agent. So you get that wet and it will just all dissolve into a liquid. But that has really helped massively. Yeah, awesome. Right, there we go. That's all cleaned up now. well, for the most part. The next stage is to basically trim it all around here. So all this will be gone. So all this scruffy stuff will be trimmed off. As long as I've got sort of an inch away from the actual line, body line, that's all I need. So yeah, so all that will get trimmed off. But that is pucker. That is really, really good. I'm really happy with that. Sorry if it sounds like, but no, there's hundreds of hours of work has gone into this to get to this point. But yeah, so we've got a nice kind of cut line all around there. Our trim line is quite defiant, so we can see it quite nicely all the way around. There's our the back piece that was done. Look, oh, sorry, where are you? There you go. Okay, so that will plonk back in there. That sits in there. Again, we've got a nice trim line all along the bottom of the fairing, and we've got our outlines for the vents. It's all nice. We've got our mounting lugs. Yeah, so everything is spot on. Really, really pleased with that. Yeah, so once it's, I'll cut all this off at work. I won't do it here in the garage. It's too messy. So I'll take it to work and trim all that lot off, and then basically it's ready to use. Simple as that. Wax it up. I'm not gonna flat it or anything. I'm not gonna try and make it nice and smooth or anything. There's no point. It's gonna get, once the panel's made, it's gonna get prepped for paint. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to polish it up. There's no point at all. So that will then kind of sit on there. Can't do it one-handed. You get the idea. That will sit on there, and then that then gives us our return section of the fairing. I'm going to leave this one here now because it's probably going to be like 40 minutes to an hour that I'm going to have to cut down into a sort of 15-20 minute video. So that's it. I'm going to leave it. But anyway, this is pucker. So pleased with that. I hope you've kind of hope you found it kind of interesting, and maybe you think, oh, I'm gonna have a go at that. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, but it's hard to get it right. So something quite complex like this, it's reasonably hard. But the basics of it, dabbing juice into a bit of matte, ain't that hard. But yeah, so hopefully some of you might think, yes, I'm going to go and have a go at something now. But it's so satisfying when it comes out. Not quite so satisfying if it doesn't come out, but it's just a learning process as well. So yeah, but yeah, really, really pleased with that. So this is done. I won't do any more on making moulds because it's just going to be the same thing for the other side and the seat unit. This is pretty much all it is. So I won't do any more. But yeah, give us a like, give us a comment. If you don't like it, you can still tell me. If I'm doing it wrong, we're all here to learn. It's it's no biggie, no big deal. But yeah, give us a like and a comment and a sub if you're new. And yeah, hopefully we'll get back on with the modern SRAD project with something else soon. Cheers, guys.